Uncle Destiny here with you. Since it's a holiday weekend, our usual filming site's not available. So we're going to go ahead and do the reading in our alternate way as you've seen before. So let's go ahead and get the ancestors in and the spirits and see what they have to say for the month of June. Hello everyone, welcome back. Now that we've thrown the bones, anything that ran off the reading surface, like these here, is not going to be part of the reading. So what we're going to start off with is this bone here. This one is the home bone. This bone is indicating, since it's partially off the reading surface, it's just saying to us that there are things that are going to be going on with the family situation, or I should say the home situation, in this next month that require us to think about not only what's going on in the future, but there are the influences that are moving outside of our range of time, as well as things that are going to be moving in from our range of time. For example, as I know I've said in the past, there's been occasions where it might be a sign that you need to start prepping your home for the new arrival of a child. But also, especially because we're moving into June, which happens to be a very big month for weddings, you can also talk about the rearrangement that's going to happen as a couple gets married. The dynamics of who and what they are as a couple changes once they have gone through the whole act of a marriage. And that results in some things changing in the home situation. Things coming in, things going out. Old furniture, old ways. New furniture, new ways of doing things. New sense of what it means to have another presence in your house or home or apartment for a greater amount of time that also has equal say-so. And there's also the support bone that's next to that. So with the fact that there's a support bone next to it, I would see this as being that there's going to be support issues coming in. And things about supporting there. It may even mean that you may have, say, your mother moving back in with you because she's downsizing or something has happened. It may mean that the child is moving back in with you because school has changed, school is out. So this is all what's going on in the month of June around home. But more importantly, and more interestingly enough, let's move over to the other two main bones. The bones of family and work. These are crossed. There are going to be some elements that are going to be at odds between the two of them. And the thing about what's going to be at odds is, well, some people may feel that you are acting, and you're acting in such a way that what you do for work is either more important, or that how you behave at work is not the same as how you would behave with them. Namely, let's say that if you're showing greater concern for your coworkers who broke their wrists, as opposed to your significant other or child who broke a finger, that you're showing more concern for the person you work with than for your family, it's going to have a problem there. Not to mention that and the boundaries between what it means for work and what it means for family are also going to be come into question. Are they at odds with each other? Or can they work in simpatico with each other? Now, the biggest fact that these are crossed suggests that you're going to have to figure out a way to make sure that they're moving at their own direction, in different directions, but also moving in a way that respects each other. So that means taking it in that you may be putting more emphasis on work. Vice versa, you could also be said that you're putting more emphasis on home. And there are those jobs out there that put a more premium on what goes on at work than at what goes on in their home. Now we have several support bones, and especially the fact that we've got the tailbone here. And what that says to me is that, especially the fact that this particular bone is feeding off here into the divinity bone, or the copper piece, which is a connection with divine and energy, the translation, and we have more support bones around it. These tell me that there is a divine energy aspect into all this, and it's going in more alignment with the work bone. So this deals more with the purpose for which you are here on Earth, and here with that you're dealing with. And sometimes that puts us at odds with our family, especially if what we do is more about the concern and care for others than, such as jobs that are much more social focused. Say medical rescue or firefighter or social work. There's a lot of energy that goes into that aspect of existence that many times can be supported by family, but also can become detrimental to it. So it's understanding and trying to balance those two out. What does it mean? In some cases, it means that family may always be put second. In some cases, it means family will always be put first. But it's resolving and being at peace with what that means. So, now, as for our other bones, we have a spray of the other support bones, but more importantly here, we have our broken rib bone, which you'll see right there, which is also right next to the spinal bone or pelvic bone, depending on how you want to look at it. And what's most telling me there is that, and this goes, I think in a way, goes back to what we were saying over here, is that there's going to be the issues around support. Making sure that your support, getting support set up in such a way that it is feeding things. Now, there's going to be strife. There's going to be somebody you may have a disagreement or argument with in this next month. But mind you, it's not going into any particular thing. So it may be that someone just needs to blow off steam. But the key thing is to make sure you're showing them that they're being heard. The most irritating thing is to be able to vent, but not be heard. And so by providing that support that allows them to vent rather than and be heard is going to be the biggest thing that's going to help get the supportive energy settled out. Now, we have another set of bones over here. These are off by themselves. And what's coming up most especially with these is that these are the things that are coming in. These are some things that we're going to start seeing in July and August, one of which is going to be around weather. The other, I'm going to say, is going to be some very strong information that's going to start influencing the present electoral process that's going on here in the U.S. Some things are going to happen that are going to show some even more true colors about candidates. But not just about the candidates, but about the influences that the party system has. There are some things there that we need to also look at and reevaluate. It's more than just what do these individual people represent. It's also what do these parties that they are part of represent, and what are they upholding or not upholding. So that's going to be coming in July and August, and those are things to be very much aware of. So that's about it for this reading. Tune in next month for the reading for the July, and we will see what that holds. This has been Uncle Destiny. Have a good day. Have a good holiday. Ashe.